about fundamentals, business fundamentals tonight. So I hope all is well. Hello over here. Alrighty. I'm running from all devices tonight. Hello everyone. How are you? I hope you are doing extremely well. And thanks so much for coming and joining. And if you're listening to the replay, I thank you for being here. Now, we're going to talk about one of the favorite topics of the year. And before I get started, let's pray for everything that's going on in the world. And we pray that God will heal our land. But I know we have to change from our wicked ways, as it says in the word, that we need to get it together. But like I said, prayer changes things. So people, please pray, pray, pray. Alrighty, now let's get started here. And for all the things that have gone on in the world for the last 18 months with coronavirus and everything that's really, really going on, people are really making bad decisions, no decisions, and all this kind of stuff. Everything that's going on in the world, we still need to make sure that we are prepared to live a better life, to accomplish what we need to accomplish, to achieve what we need to achieve in life. So let's remember, let's keep the main thing the main thing. Alrighty. Now, let me introduce myself. If I'm the first time, you're the first time seeing me in your life. And if you're not the first time you're seeing me, you already know what I'm about. I'm getting ready to be about. I'm getting ready to talk about business, some business things that I definitely want you to know. Now, because we're going to need a few things to start businesses, I want you to know what they are. And if you are still in business, we're going to hit on some things for you too tonight. We're going to talk about greater, we're going to talk about a greater cause, a greater purpose, a greater whatever, something greater than ourselves. So right now, let me begin to talk about the fundamentals of business. And before I do that, I'm Sandy. I'm your business strategist. And what I do is I help my clients to start their business and grow their business. And I help entrepreneurs do what they need to do in order to achieve the things that they need to achieve and accomplish in life. So here again, and that's in their business life. And it's a facet of things. It's a lot of things in business that we need to do. We need to have in check. We need to have intact. I recommend that everyone, if you just still have your 9 to 5, I do recommend that you have a business on, as you would call it, on the side or whatever. I recommend that you have one. So where you can leave generational wealth to your children and your children's children. Everyone, as you can see, a lot of us are already doing that. Some of us are on the sidelines. Some of us want to do it, but we don't know how to do it. And that's where I come in. I help you and teach you how to do it, what to do, what not to do, and kind of like all that in between. So now, what I want to do is, before anything else, I definitely want you to know about your business checklist. And some of you may know this, so bear with me because we're going to do a little gradual going over some certain things tonight. And excuse me if I have to pull away some time to drink water, but lately I need to drink me some water here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry about that. I really needed that. Okay. Now, first thing we're going to go over, I'm going to give you the business checklist. I'm sure that you guys saw a post that I put up, but I want to elaborate on that business checklist because whatever kind of business you want to do, you can qualify yourself to get government contracts. You can qualify yourself to possibly get a grant of some sort in different areas of your business. But in order to get there, you have to have some things in place. Don't sell yourself short. Don't think small if you're in business or if you're thinking about getting in business, because you may qualify for things, like I just said, a grant or even a contract or whatever. You may qualify for those things, but you have to be ready. You have to be prepared for them, right? So anybody have any questions, please, like I always say, just ask and I'll see them up here in the screen. And over here on IG, I'll see your questions as well. So I'm going to be checking both of them as we're talking about these things and as I'm going over the checklist first here. Okay, first things first. When you're getting ready, if you already have a business, well, you should have already done this. If you don't have a business and you're thinking about launching a business, listen up. These are things that you should be, you should be on top of. Have your entity formation. That means what you're going to be an LLC, you're going to be a C Corp, you're going to be an S Corp, you're going to be not a sole proprietor, because a sole proprietor it's just what it is. It's a sole proprietor. I'm not talking about that. Whether you're going to be a corporation or partnership or something like that. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is you going to need your EIN number. EIN, that's your employee identification number. Why are you going to need that? You're going to need that number because you're going to have to open up your bank account. You're going to need it if you happen to hire employees later on. You're going to need it if you're dealing with the government, if you're going to get a government contract, anybody you're working with that you may be able to get grant money from. You're going to need these basic things in your business. There is no exception, no negotiation. You're going to need them, right? Okay, now DUNS number. Some people don't think you need your DUNS number. I say you do, because like I've been talking to you during this week, I've been mentioning to you about business credit. Business credit. You're going to need that. This is your business credit score number. Just like you have a social security number for your personal credit, your DUNS number is going to be for your business credit. Your DUNS number is also going to be needed when you get ready to do contracting with the government. You have to have a DUNS number for that. Yes, you do. Alrighty. Now the next thing is, and also before I go any further about your DUNS number, if you go and click the link in my bio, I have a legit biz bundle and that explains all of that. It's free to use. It's like a checklist. It has the videos in it too as well, and it has the EIN number information, and it has the LLC information. So if you're interested in, go there and get it for yourself. Alrighty. Next thing is you're going to need a business bank account. We don't need to be commingling our monies. We don't need to be commingling our funds. These are the things that you're going to need when you are in business. You're going to make sure that have a business account will help you establish your business credit. It'll help you in the long run to build your business credit. Remember, I told you it takes you about 4 to 6 months to be able to qualify for business credit. Okay. So, and qualify me, well, I wouldn't say qualified, but it's going to take you to build up your business credit 4 to 6 months. Now, licensing and permits. Some occupations or some businesses require certain license and certain permits. You're going to get licensed and bonded on certain jobs, like a cleaning business, like other things, something like maybe of a more high security, like a security business. You're going to need to be licensed and bonded for that. And also the next thing is one of the biz checklist things is going to be insurance. You're going to need insurance. You may need some sort of insurance, like for as insurance for yourself, whatever it is. You definitely do want to have insurance in your business too, in case that you're not able to work. You want to have some kind of disability insurance, but you may have to may have to wait, and you have to grow up to that. You may not be able to get that time you start your business. The next thing is going to be, you're going to have all of your documentation that you're going to need. Even like, say for instance, if you have to hire someone, you definitely going to have documentation for that. Documentation for your payroll. There's going to be documentation for certain agreements, your non-disclosures agreements, your policies and procedures. You're going to need documentations and things like that in your business and your operational agreement. So all of these things are going to be needed in your business. And so where you can run your business can run itself when you're not there. Okay. Your business can run itself while you're not there. So, and also HR development, like human resource, like hiring onboarding people and hiring somebody to work to be able to be a part of your business. Like if you're hiring someone, even if you're 1099ing someone, you still have forms to fill out for that. You still have to have guidelines for that, the IRS is going to, you have to be in compliance with different things for that. Okay. Now, also, business credit is on the checklist too. Like I just went over it, there are some things that you're going to need before you start. You need to do before you get business credit, and as you establishing your business credit. So, don't you want to be able to have your own credit card for your business, and you won't have to worry about going to a bank and borrowing money from a lending institution? Yes, so that this is one of the things here that you're going to need to help you in your business as well. Now that I went over the foundational stuff, I want to definitely go over some other things that you may have to use. Well, no, you will use, and that's going to be some tools for your business. You're going to need some tools so where you can make some money, because you're in business, right? You're in business because you're solving a problem. You're in business because you're the one that's going to be able to make this thing happen. You're the one that's going to be able to, you know, you got all the solutions, right? Which in your business and in your vision idea, your vision. Okay. So what you're going to need, you're going to have some business tools. I won't give them all to you, but I'm going to give a few of them to you. Also, I have that course too as well. And I don't think I didn't put it up, but I'll put it up once I get off here. So if you're listening at this later, it will already be up. There's a business toolkit that I have for as there's all of the information, everything you're going to need, every little I give you different ones, and but it's every little tool to help you get started and to be able to help you generate money. Don't you want to make money in business? Aren't you in business to make money? But all at the same time, it's because something that that you're here to solve a problem for. But yeah, but you're definitely going to need the tools. Now, I know a lot of you want to Google everything and you want to look it up yourself, but I'm giving you all the information what you need right here. So only thing you got to do, you don't have to take all that time to research. I've done it all for you. So you can grab that and see what kind of business toolkits that you need. Okay, now let's begin with the website. Begin with the website. The website. If you're going to have a website, you're going to need a website domain. That's a tool you're going to need. GoDaddy and a few other ones have those options for you. Now, also, you would definitely to stay in communication with your clients or with your new customers. You definitely would need to have an email responder, and then I let's say for instance you have an email responder, and only thing an email responder is, it's an email responder is when you send the clients something, or either if they opt into something that you have, that will spark them to, you'll be putting them in your database, and then later on you can send emails to them about your promotions or about any kind of business, anything going on in your business. You can send them, you can communicate with them. That's a very important tool to have, because who knows, social media, these platforms may go down, something may happen, and then you can't reach your clients. So you want to always be able to email your clients or your potential clients that way, and stay in communication with them. And email is the way. So an email autoresponder is definitely a tool that you need in your toolkit. Okay. Now, also, a payment processor. A lot of you may use Square, some of you may use PayPal, Stripe. Those are some of the ones. This is what I'm talking about. But some of them give you more functionality than others. So you definitely want to make sure that you have at least, I would recommend at least having two of those. So if you have to ever have need a backup, because sometimes, if you get too much money coming in one, they may freeze your funds, and you may have issues that you would run into, from that standpoint. Now, also, next thing, another tool that I want to mention to you, and I won't give them all to you, but I want to mention another one to you, is going to be some kind of video conferencing and things like that, like Zoom and whatever. I use StreamYard. I use Zoom too as well. But you want to be able to use that, so where if we can't physically be with the person one-on-one, you can always have a meeting with them online or things like that, because video conferencing is really, really doing extremely well since COVID has happened. So it's changed the game a little bit, and people are doing the video conferencing more now. So that's a tool that you need in your belt, under your belt. Now, those are the tools that I wanted to mention to you. Now, another thing about business fundamentals, another fundamental of business is definitely knowing how to market your business. So I'm going to just touch on some of these, and we're going to stop, and I'll be back tomorrow giving you some more tips and tools on some things too as well, for as your business. We're going to go to the next set, the next phase and the next step of this. Okay, now marketing. You want to know how to discover who's your client, right? Everybody want to know, who's my particular client that I need to serve. Everybody is not your peeps. Everybody is not your client. Everyone is not. You are not serving everyone. With whatever business you have a niche market. Hear me and hear me. I'm going to say it slow one more time. You have a niche market. You are not serving everyone. You are serving a specific group of people. You're not serving everyone. Okay? So, with that being said, there are ways that you discover how to find out where they are, who they are, so where you can market to them. So that means you have to do a little research. This is how companies market to you. Alrighty? They don't just pick you out of a hat and just say, that's my girl, that's my guy. They don't do that. They have specific tips and strategies that they use to get you reared in to their, platforms or to their service. And a lot of times they use social media. Is not the only way. They may mail you some things. They may hit you in the mail. But there are ways that they find out that information of how they are to contact you through mail. So I'm going to just give you those strategies. I'm not going to talk about what are the strategies for the most part. Not tonight. I just want to let you know how they found you and where you are. There are different agencies that have databases, that collects your information. Facebook is one of them. Social media is really one of the data collecting, platforms that find, that people, that companies and those, even us on social media, that we find out who we're looking for, what's our target audience. And then we get it a little bit deeper on, we know the psychographics about our clients and stuff like that. But some tools that I just want to share with you, just a few of them would be, it can be, surveying. How do they reach you? Even by surveying, they target you in a way through, like, for instance, Google Trends. They target you that way. Google Trends have, if you go to Google Trends, and you key in a word or whatever the industry you're in, and it'll show you and it'll give you everybody. We're not specific people, but it'll show you the states. You can pick any country. It doesn't have to be the United States. If you want to target somebody in Africa, a group in Africa, you can target them. And especially if you want to target them running Facebook ads and things like that, you can target them, target and put in the industry or put in your keyword, and then voila, it'll give you what area, what location or whatever is searching, has been searching for your keyword that you keyed in. It'll give you that location. Then you ought to go back and you ought to go and break it down a little bit further, but we won't talk about that tonight. But I'll tell you tomorrow how we are going to break that down a little bit further. So, but tonight I just want to share with you that particular thing. Okay. Now, even Google Alerts is something that can help you too, because with Google Alerts, what you do is you key in the word that you want to be alerted about, or maybe an article or whatever, whoever's talking. Let's say, for instance, I can put in Google Alerts. I can say, Oh, let's use hair care. I can say hair loss. Anytime somebody says something about hair loss or read an article or there's a video about it or things like that, I can get my email flooded with those particular alerts. Now, some of them may be worth my while. Some of them may not be important to me. Some of them may not mean anything. Some of them may, you can Google it, put in a name in Google Alerts, and it would alert you and then give you information about it. Let's say, for instance, if you're getting ready to study, you're getting ready to do some research on something that you may want to just target and learn about a specific person, even if you're doing history on a particular person or anything. You can put their name into Google Alerts, and as you once you send it in, and you put in your email address, because it automatically have a place where you put in your email address, and anything you want to search, any person, you can put in as many as you want to, and anytime something happens in the news or is on a PR feed about that person, or it's coming up, it will come up in you'll get an email alert about it. It'll say Google Alerts, and that'll be your email about that particular article or topic or video or whatever, just whatever. Anything can be going on in the world about that particular person or topic or whatever. So sometimes I do it in my and I get flooded sometimes with some, but I clean my box out. I have a specific email that I have all of my things like that going in. I don't put it in the one that I have my business stuff, because a lot of times it's just it's just overwhelming. You have too much going on. But anyway, we're going to talk about these other things a little bit more tomorrow. So I do want to share that with you, and then also one more little tip that I want to give you. It's going to be help a reporter out. They're PR. They're looking for news. They're looking for news article. They're looking for people that are expert in a certain field. And sometimes, if you qualify, that is a good way for you to even find out. You can find out some things that's going on. You can find out some things that's going on, and also you can make sure that you are you may even answer, you may know a lot of information on a specific subject, and then you can be the one that give them, and maybe they may use your information in an article or something, and see, that'll get your name out there too as well. So they're really strategic. When I say I'm biz strategist Sandy, I know how to strategize for you. So anyway, that is one. That is the other thing. It was something else that came to my mind that I wanted to mention to you guys before I go, because this is going to be all that I'm going to give you tonight. I can't remember what it was. I'll probably go ahead and mention tomorrow. I just didn't have it on my list, so that's why it was just something that I really thought about that I wanted to mention to you. But it'll come to me, and I'll make sure that I talk about it tomorrow. So with that being said, if there's not any questions, nobody has any questions of me, I am going to sign off, and I'm going to see you tomorrow evening, probably around this time. It might be a little bit earlier, might be about 8. I would say around 8 tomorrow. Try to get on a scheduled time, but we'll try to do it around 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. So just look for me tomorrow evening, and we're going to definitely talk about the rest of the business fundamentals, because I think that once you see and know that, it's so many facets to business, but it's in your favor. And I think that if you really, really sit down and consciously think about it, I think you will see that your possibilities of starting a business and growing a business is endless. And I hope that you really see that. So, and if you need my services, you can reach me at pushthedream.com, www.pushthedream.com. So I'm all over I'm all ready. And also click the link in my bio. So with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, you were created for greatness. So thank you so much. And thank you for being here. And those that are listening to the replay, I appreciate you. And also remember, some of those things I said, when I mentioned to you, Go and check them out and you'll see what I'm talking about. And maybe something will spark you in your mind to see what, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I can, I can help, this can help me, to grow my business. And that's what it's all about, because I want you to get from this time next year. I don't want you to be here stuck and contemplating on business stuff. I want you to be going to the next level. Okay. Alrighty. See you tomorrow. Alrighty. Have a blessed night. Bye bye. See y'all later. Good night. Oh yeah, I got the email. All right.